Gotham's all about Bruce versus Ra's this season. But you know what? They weren't dumb enough to let him fight the League of Assassins alone. They left the combat up to Jim, at least. Welcome to the heart of the stories we tell. My name is Rob, and tonight I will be reviewing The Demon's Head, Episode 4, Season 4 of Gotham. And there was a lot going on tonight. A lot more than I expected, anyway. I thought we'd get more Riddler subplot and more questions about what's going on with Race, but nope, they jumped right in. And, well, we probably should too. There's a lot going on, but in case this is your first time here, what I try to do is I try to dissect stories, the hows and whys of storytelling. I do Throwback Thursdays on Thursdays, I do TV and movie reviews as they come up, and every Sunday I do a theory video on the idea of why and how we tell stories. If this is your first time here, click that subscribe button and enable alerts so that we can explore together the heart of the stories we tell. Now, last week I said there would be comparisons between the comic book, the Arrowverse, and this version of Ra's al Ghul. And I'm pretty sure that Alexander Sigrid totally comes out on top on this. Just as an actor, he is a tour de force, and he brings it. And he brings it both when he's trying to dupe people and thinking he's nothing, and when he's being King Badass. Now let's get into specifics. So once again, it's stop. Spoiler time. I guess we'll start with Barbara. I like the way she played Gordon and the way that she has tried to hold everything together. I will be honest, I also think that the way that Race and her go off each other is pretty decent. It's an interesting concept. The fact that he's pretty much playing her even though she's playing him. All in all, it makes a good diversion for Gotham, and a great way to introduce the character slowly. But not much happened slowly tonight, did it? No, boom, we're right in the action. Bruce and Alfred bring the knife to have it examined by a genius. Luckily for them, the genius has a grandson who is right in Bruce's age group, which allows Bruce to tag along for the investigation portion once things get underway. Now, I totally knew that Race was gonna come in and slaughter the guy. I really did. I just did not expect him to then show up later at Gotham PD, pretending to be just a regular ambassador. Although, points for name-dropping Nanda Parbat and having it just be a country. I have to say, on Arrow, one of the things that annoys me to no end, and in the comics, is when people name-drop these places that obviously are places. And, I mean, you can't really hide something like a country, even a small one. Even though we don't get any real time with Bruce in the proto-bat suit, we really get a lot of Batman training, especially with the ending, the maturity of, no matter what you say, I killed this kid. And it was pretty amazing because Bruce taking on responsibility for the whole city is kind of his whole thing. We then had two different Penguin stories running. And actually, I have to hand it to the writers because they kept this juxtaposition perfectly between A, B, and C plot. In the B plot, we had Riddler trying to pull one over, but the C plot was Falcone's daughter, Falcone's daughter, trying to get her place and her plan going. And I'll be honest, I don't fully get what her plan is. If she's planning on seducing and tricking Penguin, that's not going to work. But if she's planning on just getting close enough to be able to stab him, I mean, Zaz won't let that go through either. Her plan did work rather well, though, because he does trust her now. Because, as far as he's concerned, she's how he caught those leftover forces. I'm not sure how I like what she's doing, but I like how she's doing it. It's interesting, and definitely playing on Penguin's worst moments. Now, the B plot was the Riddler not being able to be Riddler. And I didn't mention much about this last week. The Riddler's one of my favorite characters, and it hurts me kinda to see him the way he is. But I agree with Penguin. It's a worse torture to leave him like this than to freeze him again. At least those are my thoughts. What did you think of tonight? Overall, are you enjoying the way they're doing the League of Shadows and the way they're doing Riddler and Penguin? I don't know about you, but I can hardly wait to see what happens next. If you enjoy my reviews, please give that thumbs up a hit, and of course share this video on Twitter and Facebook and every other social media. And if this is your first time here, hit that subscribe button. This community is just starting to take off. It's starting to be built on the idea of us examining hows and whys. Maybe, You can leave me a comment and let me know what you think of Gotham, and in doing so, join us as we walk through the heart of the stories we tell. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm off to watch the Orville.